The harsh truth about building muscle is that genetics play a massive role. If your genetics for building muscle are bad, you will not build a lot of muscle. But that's not something that should make you quit. Because even if your genetics are bad, you can still make progress and get better. Now, how much time does it take to get in shape? In this video, I will answer this question, and then I will tell you how you make this time frame shorter. Before everything else, I wanna talk about the newbie gains phase, because it is real, it exists. It is supported by science. Most people will build most muscle at the first few months of their fitness journey, and if they will quit and then come back again, they will make most progress at the first few months of training. Now, I want you to think about the amount of time that it will take you to build muscle for the first few months like this. You go and you walk to a destination. The destination is you having enough muscle mass to cut. But for each mistake you make, you know this meme of, it was a really trendy meme of just people walk and then lagging and then fucking walking into a wall like this, like NPCs, right? You probably know what I'm talking about. If not, then just walking in place. Each time that you make a deadly mistake, you walk in place for as long as you make it. Deadly mistakes are basically getting the fundamentals wrong. The fundamentals are, the first one is progressive overload, progressively getting stronger throughout the weeks. The second one is training what you want to grow. If you don't train a muscle, it will not grow and it will stagnate. It is just walking in place. And the last one is technique. If you have a very bad technique and you target the right muscle, or just target them with a very high injury risk, once you will get injured, you will walk in place. These are the fundamentals. Basically, you should not get them wrong. And then on top of them, there are the small mistakes that you might make, like, I don't know, not having a good enough recovery, or things like that, that might cause you to slow down. By doing more things right than wrong, by walking as fast as you can, you will get as much results as you can. The newbie gains phase will be shorter, you will gain more muscle in less time, and you will get to the destination, the cutting phase, faster. And then the only thing that is left to do is to cut. For the sake of this video, I would assume your body fat is between 10 to 30%. The lower your body fat, the shorter the cut needs to be. If your body fat is below 15, you should not cut, right? After the muscle building phase. Another component of it is whether you want to bulk or not. Bulking will cause you to build more muscle, but with the cost of gaining body fat and increasing the length of the cut. But here's the thing, if your body fat is above 20, you will need to cut. And the problem is that when cutting, you might make another mistakes, like the one with building muscle, like walking on the road and right, and just slowing down or stopping or walking towards a wall. You can make these mistakes when cutting. A few of them are, the first one is protein intake. If you don't eat enough protein when cutting, you will not maintain all of the muscle that you built and you will lose some muscle. Another mistake can be not training as hard. And the last one that I want to go over in this video is basically eating in a very big deficit. The bigger the deficit, as a rule of thumb, the more muscle that you will lose. Above a 500 calorie deficit. Between 500 to 0, it's great, it's amazing. But below that, this is just walking backward when it comes to muscle gain. Now, as a caveat, some people will gain muscle when cutting. This is another case of genetic variation, but in general, after around 3 to 4 months of cutting, or 2 months for those whose body fat is lower, you will get jacked. And that's the thing, that's the time frame, that's how much time it takes to get jacked. Between 1 year to 3 years, right? These are very rough numbers, and right? If your genetics are better, it will take less time. Now for me, here's how it went. In the first day, I was in around 30% body fat. I started by losing weight, so I was cutting for the first 3 months of my journey. I got to around 20% body fat, and then I started to train the gym. I took training more seriously. I went on muscle building phase for around 6 months. I fulfilled a lot of the newbie gains, and afterwards, I had a pretty good amount of muscle mass. I got pretty good genetics, I won't sit here and lie, and because of that, I was pretty much ready to cut. I cut for around 3 months and I got pretty jacked, what most people would consider jacked, and it had taken me around a year. a little bit more than a year, around 1 year and 3 months to get full on jacked, but around this amount of time. If my genetics for building muscle would have been worse, I would have needed to just train for more time before cutting, and it would have taken me more time to build muscle, and I would get gotten jacked in more time, 1.5 years or 2 years. And on top of that, if I made more mistakes, I would have stagnated for longer. I would have worked at a slower pace, and I would have seen less results in general. Right? It would have taken me more time. And these are basically the variables that will determine how much time it will take for you to get jacked. Genetics, mistakes, and consistency. I didn't talk about consistency because in some way it is a mistake by itself. It is part of mistakes. So it's either mistakes or genetics. And if you want to make less mistakes, you should subscribe to this channel because I come here and talk to this camera and give you advice on how to get in shape. So if you want to get that knowledge, pretty high quality one that comes from experience, you can like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.